What's up, Nail Geeks? Today I have Emily DeMolly's August releases to share with you guys. I apologize if I sound a little off-putting today. I actually have a really awful cold, and for some reason it's just making me sound a little squeaky sometimes, so I apologize for that. But we don't have time for colds. Today we have amazing formulas and shifty magnetics and beautiful holographics to share today. So let's get started. First up, we've got Ashes from Flames. This is described as an olive brown hollow with golden shimmer and silver hollow micro glitters. This is, Haley just knocks these holographics out of the park. If I was a little heavy-handed with my brush strokes, I probably could have gotten away with one coat on this. I did go for two very thin coats, and I had full opacity. It just has a really nice, rich, buttery formula that I think we've all gotten to become used to as Emily DeMolly fans. The golden shimmer on this is crazy strong. You will see it in any lighting. It doesn't matter if you're in the sun, if you're indoors, I don't care, you're going to see it. It is a beautiful chocolatey, somewhat leaning olive base. It's really just right there leaning on the fence in between. Up next is Dancing Through Sunday. This is described as a periwinkle blue with orange to green iridescent flakes, aurora pigment, and silver hollow micro glitters. This one, I think on my photos, was leaning a little more neon than what I'm seeing in person. I feel like my video is more color accurate. It's definitely sitting on the fence between a true periwinkle and just barely flirting with blue. I think if you have shorter nails, you can definitely get away with two coats. I personally went with 3 thin coats, and I had no visible nail line showing. I think everything was just beautifully full coverage. There is so much going on with this. It has a very strong pink shimmer that you'll see mostly in person. On extreme angles, you'll see that aurora pigment just light up with green. It is a touch thirsty for top coat, so I suggest using one of those nice thick quick dry top coats. I didn't have any texture using one of those, and it was just smooth and buttery to the touch. Here is Rite of Passage. This is described as a dark purple hollow with subtle green to purple multichrome shimmer and tiny blue iridescent flakes. This is another damn near one coater. If you load your brush, you could easily you could stop at the one coat. This one is probably my favorite in the set, and it's really strange because I usually don't ever flirt with darker colors, but I was just blown away by this. I think my photos didn't really show the incredible blue light up that it's amazing. In the shade, you're gonna see that blue tint just come out. It's gorgeous. Mostly you'll see it that dark, rich, almost eggplant, but not really. It's kind of bright purple, and the gold shimmer is very, very strong. The hollow micro glitters give it a scattered sparkle, and I think it's just beautiful in any lighting. Honestly, I didn't really want to take it off after I swatched it. Up next is the Maze and the High Tower. This is described as a light blue when warm to light teal green on cold, thermal, with strong pink to gold shifting shimmer, iridescent flakes, and silver micro glitters. This had a very rich feeling during application. I did feel like depending on your application style, you might want to do 3 coats, but I was completely fine at 2 coats. It is very reactive thermal wise. However, this isn't one of those super in your face, crazy contrasting colors when it is shifting in transition. It's just enough that you'll see it change, but it's not overly in your face, if that makes sense. My photographs, I think, kind of take away from the true transition that you're going to see. So I definitely, I need everyone to see this video so you can actually see the thermal effect on it. Here I'm using very warm water and ice water to show you guys the transition. Here it's that lovely, just that light iridescent blue, and then on warm water it's just enough. It's almost a pale white with a just a tint of blue to it. The next polish in the collection is the second thermal. This is Subdued Delights, described as a lilac when warm to dark peach when cold, with green to pink shifting shimmer. I would say this is almost a one coater. I did go for a second coat just to kind of even everything out. It has a very rich, opaque formula, as you can see here. I'm having almost completely full coverage on this first coat. The shimmer is very strong. You're mostly going to see it as a golden glow. When you tilt your nails, you're going to see it as almost like a green hint to it. It does dry down quite a bit matte, so I'd recommend using a glossy top coat. Once again, I'm using a quick dry here, so it's just making everything pop and so much glossier. Although I do think it would look amazing matted as well. The cold state is a very rich, bright lilac. I think this one would flatter any skin tone. It just pops on you. And between the warm colored shimmer and the almost flirting with a cool tone, cold color, it's just, I safe to say, I think it's going to look fabulous on anybody. It's very sensitive. As you can see here, swatching in the South in the US, I'm very warm, and it just kept reacting on me when I'm trying to take pictures of it. Now it is time for the magnetic in the collection. This is Positive Contact. It is described as a dark rose gold foil magnetic with blue to purple shifting shimmer. Honestly, when I sat down to write my blog post up on this one, I was just dumbstruck. How am I going to describe this in my own words? There's so much going on with it in the best way possible. The base is what I'd consider a true rose gold, to me at least. The shimmer in it is just so strong, and it is incredible. It just shows up as a true reflective surface to me. It's got a sparkly quality to it with all that shimmer. I did go in on the second coat as my final coat, where I applied a ring magnet, as you're seeing here. The magnetic particles come up as a very vibrant, coppery, almost peachy type of gold. After top coat, I did apply the magnet one more time just to make sure my particles didn't move on the final look. Here we have Memories of Midnight. This is described as a purple filled with blue chrome flakes and metallic blue micro glitters. This one, I think most people could be able to get away with two coats. The first coat is still applying very opaque for me. That second coat is just to go in there and even everything out. The base is a very rich, dark purple, but it is loaded with those blue chrome flakes, so it just gives an overall blue glow that I think is kind of tricking my camera a little bit. I haven't had any problems with purples in such a long time since upgrading my camera, but this one was just confusing the hell out of it. So I feel like what you're seeing here is color accurate to me. It's very in your face, very vampy, but very glowy with all that blue particles in it. There is a subtle sparkle that is a bit of a scattered effect on your nails, and there is no texture after top coat. The August collection will be launching Thursday the 16th at 10 a.m. Australian time on the Australian site, and on the US and international site it will be launching Wednesday the 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I will have all links and information in my blog post that I will link below, as well as shop links. If you liked what you see, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.